Welcome back to Pokemon Card News of the Week. Tonight's headlines: Pokemon 151 officially got released in Japan. There are some crazy good cards. The Pokemon Center Online officially addresses resellers. And there were a lot of new announcements. There is so much stuff, it is ridiculous. All that and more in Pokemon Card News of the Week. Welcome back everyone for another episode of Pokemon Card News of the Week. My name is Bob and I'm your anchor tonight. Tonight there is a lot of stuff to talk about. First off, we're going to get straight into Pokemon 151. This is the brand new set that released in Japan yesterday. So for you guys, you've probably seen already up on the channel, we have a full unboxing of this set. There are some amazing cards, and actually I filmed loads more stuff. We got some fantastic pulls. There is so much great stuff, it is crazy. But the problem right now is that Pokemon 151 is still pretty hard to get in Japan. However, the Pokemon Center officially announced that they are allowing people to make to order. What that means is if you live in Japan, or you have an address here, or you have a friend here, it is possible for them to order you one box of cards. And basically that means that it is limited to one box per person, which is a good thing. It allows people to then buy it when they need it. And what it has done is it has reduced a lot of the resellers, which is awesome. And in addition to this, there's also been a lot of announcements for Pokemon 151 in the West. So I'll put a couple of pictures up here just randomly, but there's a couple of new sets that are coming out. These all look amazing. I wish I could get my hands on some of these, but living in Japan, it's kind of tough, but these look fantastic. And I hope that you guys can get some of them because the cards that came out in this set are beautiful. They really, really are. So next up, let's talk a little bit about Obsidian Flames. Now in Japan, there have been 3 different announcements around the same date surrounding Obsidian Flames. First off, there is a full box that you can basically either pre-order or you can try to apply for lotteries. I think the Pokemon Center either are finishing or have just finished their lottery to enter to try and get this, but a lot of places are going to have lotteries coming soon. I'm sure there are still resellers out there, so some of you may be able to pick stuff up online or here and there, so fingers crossed you can. They also announced this deck build or deck kind of like structure box. And basically what this has, it has I think 10 packets of Obsidian Flames in it, as well as a few goodies, a few extra cards. And basically this is built for players. So basically players can then try to build out their deck with brand new cards for the new set that is coming out. But also with Obsidian Flames, there were a few goodies announcements. So we have some Pokemon card sleeves. I actually did order some of these already, so these will be coming on the day of release. There's also a card storage box, and this also looks kind of cool. It's the same Charizard design. And there is also a really nice playmat. And I think that this playmat would be really nice in the background of some videos, so I'm kind of tempted to buy it, but I still don't know. The price for these changes place by place, but I believe that the sleeves were about 800, 900 yen. I think the box was about 500 to 600. And the kind of playmat, I can't recall the price of it, but I'm gonna guess 2,000 yen. I'll put the actual price down here somewhere so you can see what the retail price is. But there was also another announcement. The Pokemon Center, they announced officially a brand new deck. This is the Yokohama tournament deck, and this looks really cool for many, many reasons. Basically, they had the kind of big tournament happening in Yokohama in Japan a couple of months ago. And during that time, there were a lot of cool players and a lot of people playing. But this deck, I believe, is based off of the winner of that tournament originally. And some of the cool stuff that's in here, we don't know everything, but the main thing is this card right here. This is a beautiful, beautiful Pikachu card with Miraidon and Koraidon. I basically want the whole deck just for that one card, but it is beautiful. I think the retail price for this is about 2,000 yen, but the only way that you can get this currently that has been announced is through the Pokemon Center. And the only way you can get it through the Pokemon Center is through a lottery, which has just finished. So the timing is kind of tough. Now, if you are in Japan, there is a possibility that you might be able to get it at the store. So I'm guessing that places are going to have stuff coming in on the release date on July 27th. So if you can't get it, try to get it then. But basically, this is going to be hard to get, and I think this is going to be quite the collector's item. And talking about tournaments for Pokemon cards in Japan, there was the announcement for the Championship Series that is going to be coming very, very soon in Japan. Basically, all of the people that are going to be in these tournaments will then eventually, if they win, go to the final tournament later next year, further in 2024. This is kind of cool, and I'm happy that basically players are still playing. So tune in for these dates. I'm sure there will be a live stream somewhere so you can actually check it out and see some of the cool plays. Because I think very soon, the card game is going to have quite a big twist with Obsidian Flame. But today's big headline. What's happened is the Pokemon card company has officially called out resellers. And what has happened is the Pokemon card company has teamed up with Mercari. In Japanese, they call it Mercari. And what they have done is they have wiped all Pokemon 151 cards off of that site. For those of you that don't know, Mercari is a resale site. And what's happened, basically it's the same in any single country. Lots of resellers are buying up all of the cards, and they are putting them all for resale at like double, triple the price. That's probably half the reason why you guys trying to buy cards overseas are having to pay ridiculous amounts, because the resellers there are buying them for the reseller price here, and it is just skyrocketing and boosting the price of Japanese cards overseas. But the Pokemon card company made an official announcement, and this is so rare because they rarely address these problems. So I'm just going to quickly read, and because it's all in Japanese, I will give you the English translation very simply. And for this, I am going to have to read because I don't remember everything, so bear with me. So firstly, they say, we strictly prohibit the purchase of products for commercial purposes such as resale. And what they said is if they determine that someone has violated the terms of service or purchased something for the resale of Pokemon cards to someone else, they will cancel your orders and they will restrict all future use of you buying cards from the Pokemon Center. And they say that immediately after the product is released, the listing price on Mercari and other flea markets may simply or temporarily surge due to the actions of some sellers and buyers. So basically what they're doing here is they're addressing the people that are manipulating the market, which is fantastic. Oh my god, it's about time they did something. So what they're saying is they would like to ask customers who are considering to purchase the product to be calm after release, to not buy up all of those cards, and to make sure that they confirm the suggested retail price of the cards. And although they officially talk about Mercari, it's interesting because they use the word flea market, so that's basically any single flea market application that they are telling people to avoid. And they've also talked about something called Oripa, which is the original packs, because a lot of these are very weighted to people who make them. Basically, they could say, hey, there's 10 super rare cards in here, but you have no idea because you are just buying like one or two, and there's probably no super rares in any of them. So that was kind of cool. And also that they're calling out people that have been searching boxes to pull out just the super rares and then sell off all the other stuff by resealing and kind of like reselling crud. This is fantastic news, and it is about time that they called them out. And what was really interesting is as soon as this announcement happened, I checked the Mercari website to see if there were any boxes up there anymore. They were all gone. Everything had disappeared. And I was so happy. I was telling my wife and we were just so shocked. It was like the beginning of them finally addressing any reseller. Problem is now there is loads of stuff up on Mercari, and it is ridiculous. It's like it was a temporary thing where there was nothing, and now suddenly there's loads of stuff. My prediction of what's going to happen is Mercari, they actually have an agreement with the Pokemon card company or the Pokemon Center online. I think what's going to happen is they're going to release the addresses of or information of people who have basically resold cards on their website, and then they're going to cross-match that with the information that's already on the Pokemon Center website. And I'm just theorizing here. I have no evidence for this, but this is my theory. And what will happen is once they know that people are reselling, they are going to cancel all orders for those people, and they are basically going to ban them from buying Pokemon cards ever again on the website. This is amazing news. And I hope that this trend continues for the next couple of years, because it is still really hard to buy cards. And the final news for Japan, basically there was the announcement for the results for the second wave of Pokemon Classic, because we actually lost the first wave, so it was kind of unfortunate. We won one of the boxes for the second wave. So we have an entire box of the Pokemon Classic set coming in March 2024. It's over half a year away, so it's quite a way away, but that set looks fantastic. Basically, it's a reimagining of the original Pokemon card game. There's a lot of base cards, like, for example, the Charizard, the Mewtwo, the Venusaur, the Blastoise, so much stuff. But there's also a couple of unique EX cards as well. For example, there's a Lugia, a Ho-Oh, there's little dome things, like a spinny thing. There's so much interesting stuff here that it's going to be kind of cool to get. But I don't know if I'm going to do a video of this or not. I'm still considering it. I might just open it for myself and just kind of put it to one side, because this looks super fun and I actually want to play this game with my wife. So anyway, the results have come out for this. I don't know what's happening in the West, so I'm very curious to know if anyone else knows what is happening. Is it being sold by lottery, or is it is it based on first come, first served? Not sure, but very, very interesting. And my card of the week this week is the Magikarp card that came out in Triplet Beat. And for you guys, this came out in Paldea Evolved. Oh my god, there has been so much market manipulation on this card. It is kind of ridiculous. I've seen people posting on Reddit that basically this card has sold for hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And I really do think that a big part of this is FOMO, the fear of missing out. Guys, just wait. If you want this card, you can get it real cheap. Eventually, I'm sure that the price is going to come down as people open packs and more people start selling it. It's a beautiful card, don't get me wrong. But just wait a bit. It will come much cheaper. So please just keep an eye out if you can get this card a bit cheaper. But this is also a great card. So this is my card of the week. But that is everything for Pokemon card news of the week. There is so much stuff this week, and I've been wanting to make a video much earlier. I originally planned not to make a video because I had to open 151 packets, and it's been really busy, but there was so much I just had to make something. So let me know below if you have any other news or if there's anything else that I've missed. I'd love to know what other information you guys have got hold of that I kind of may have missed. And next week we will probably have another episode of Pokemon Card News of the Week because you guys seem to love this series. So I will see you then. Bye bye! Oh, you're still here. I didn't realize. Well, if you are still here, just so you know, there is a card file set video coming out next week, which has like this really nice kind of card file in, and also this one. So stay tuned for those. I will see you next week in a card opening. Bye bye.